Come, gather round, everyone. They're about to talk Disney. I am still so confused as to whether I'm going to eat at Connections or Creations. So the only way I can keep them straight is I have to think, okay, well, my mouth connects to my stomach, so I guess that's Connections.
So I call Catherine to see how dinner at the restaurant is going, and she says, I can't talk to you right now. I'm talking to Mickey. So I'm like, okay, here's the big cheese. I get it. And then she says, hold on, he wants to talk to you. So she FaceTimes me, and I'm FaceTiming with Mickey as I'm getting ready for the podcast.
I don't understand why people spend hard-earned money on a Mickey ice cream sandwich in the parks. I mean, we literally all have ice cream sandwiches in our freezers at home. We don't have Mickey bars. From the mind and creator of the Disney YouTube channel Living in Diz comes a whole new Disney podcast. Okay, can we talk some serious Disney here now? Nope. Get ready for all the Disney knowledge that you can handle. It's Corey. It's Lawrence. It's the DIZPod.
You are now listening to a member of the Disney Podcast family. Head over to Disney Podcast Family on Instagram to see all the latest posts for this show and links to other great Disney podcasts.
Hello. I think we've got a little bit of a audio thing happening there. All right. There we go. I think I heard a little repeat ad there, maybe. But hello and welcome, everyone. We are live here at the DIZPod. We are live because we do it live for you. Okay. I'm looking in chat immediately, and Find the Fun said no sound. But I imagine I'm going to keep talking like we have sound. I can hear me. Can you all hear me?
We're good.
So I was going to say that this is the first DIZPod on its own channel. But then I clicked on the live, and it's Living in Diz. So are we actually running on the DIZPod and Living in Diz?
Yes. So we wanted to wait a little bit to move it over. We haven't had the number of subscribers move over that I'm happy with. So we are going to run on both channels for right now until that number jumps up there on the new channel. Just to give it, I wouldn't have wanted to do the show and have, 10 people watching because we had moved it over to the new channel. So it is currently on my channel, your channel, and its own channel, as well as Facebook and Instagram.
That is Lawrence and I haven't even talked about this. This is a great idea. I love it. Because maybe I had higher expectations that it would have at least gone into week one with like 400 subscribers. So anyone that hasn't subscribed, I wouldn't even say this about Living in Diz, but for this particular channel, I mean, if you're here, you want to hear the DIZPod. So everyone that's listening now live or in the replay, that subscribed to Living in Diz should subscribe to the DIZPod, and even if you're not one that subscribes too much, it really helps us out because the DIZPod itself doesn't make money yet. It doesn't even come close, I don't think. Right? It doesn't even come close. I don't even look at the financial side of YouTube on that. I don't
Yeah.
think we do. We pay for this. We pay money for this. So it's another one of those things that when we're lucky enough to get super chats or PayPals and that kind of thing, it goes into that. And it's not super cheap to pay for all this software to run the DIZPod. So yeah, you're absolutely right. It wouldn't be that much fun for us, and why start out with an audience of 10 or 40 total views of 100 when we've been killing that. So and just try to build up from scratch. So I like this idea. I like running this for a while.
Well, that's one great thing about what we're using. The software that we're using allows us to have it on multiple channels. So it's easy enough to do this until it, grows to where we are comfortable, and then let it run on its own.
I love it because I was second guessing it a little bit in the last day or two here and there. I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I talk Lawrence into? Should we have done this? Should we pull the plug on the DIZPod and just keep it on Living in Diz? But this is the way to transition, I think. I mean, why not pick a number that we're comfortable with? And when we're ready, we'll just say next week exclusively on, the DIZPod or, yeah. So I guess we could talk about it more. Or is it best to just keep it like this? I don't even know. Doesn't even make sense. Maybe it doesn't.
We'll see.
So,
we'll see.
Yeah.
For a while, I mean, we have it on, as I said, we're even on Facebook and Instagram right now. And for a while, I was even running it on LinkedIn and Twitter.
Hey, man.
So we were everywhere.
Anything we can plug it into, we'll do it.
I think
I was even looking at Kick.
Yeah, there was one episode we were on Twitch.
I was even looking at Kick. They don't do anything like this. So
no.
Either we'd be real pioneers and set the standard, or nobody would watch that one.
Right.
So it's TT. TT's in chat. But what's up, everyone? The date is 7/24/24, and welcome. So no special guests today, but we are talking about Disney Parks news and unveiling the new Multipass that just came out and other updates. And as always, just working hard behind the scenes at Living in Diz and the DIZPod to bring you all the best that we can bring you. And trust me, a lot of work happens. And I've bugged Lawrence a little more. He knows I went into the trenches over the last couple of weeks, just trying to figure out. We had that spike, right? We had that spike where we literally crossed over 1,000. So this has never happened in the history of Living in Diz, right? We hit 15K. It took a while to get there. And then I'm making the thumbnail for the next Saturdays. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do a 16K celebration and we just did it a week ago.
Right.
Lawrence and I dig deep into that. We kind of feel like we know how that happened. And then it sent me into a rabbit hole for a week and a half trying to figure out how can we keep that going. So not sure we're going to keep trying. We want to increase this family.
One thing that you hit the nail on the head there, because it's about this community and finding those pockets of people that would grab hold and gravitate to excuse me, the podcast or a live stream at Epcot or Hollywood Studios or Universal Studios. So, that's really what it's about. And jumping from 15 to 16K like we did just that quickly was amazing. And sometimes it happens like that. The other night you were on Saturday, and phenomenal numbers for a Saturday. And we weren't even running a vertical stream that night. So, sometimes it just finds itself.
And, you think about everything, the audience doesn't realize this, but I left that one thinking, okay, well, Lawrence wasn't around for that one. That was probably the third highest viewed live stream. And I was like, no, we need Lawrence. We need Lawrence. No, I'm just kidding. I was trying to think of the variables, and then I was like, well, there was no vertical. So was that a reason? But then I was like, no, vertical doesn't have anything to do with it at all. If anything, it's helped us. So
Yeah.
that wasn't it either. So we just decided to go with the flow and do what we do and love what we do, and whatever happens, happens.
Yep.
That's the best way to do things, and that's the way Saturday felt. You blew me away when you told me, what was it? Was it 15K, 10K, 12K, 14K?
Just under 15K.
Yeah, just under 15K for views. I had no idea, none, with the flow of people that were coming in. It's not like we were carrying 500, 600 all night, so that would make me say, oh boy, this could be a 10. And then I was just looking at, and not to, hopefully we're not boring people with some of this technical stuff, but, I looked at the other night and I'm like, okay, so we almost hit, was it 4.5K for Monday night? And I'm like, that's pretty much on par for a 10K Saturdays.
Yeah.
So if we're doing 5 or 6 for our channel on a weeknight for a shorter stream, then I guess we're on par for that. So the channel has really fluctuated a little bit. We've had some lower park views, a couple sprinkled in there, but the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. I bet if we looked at the last 5, 6, 7 streams, maybe 5, you'd see some of that really, really, sine wave of things where it's way up, way down. But trying to figure out what that is.
Yeah, and there's a lot of very, like he said, hopefully we're not boring you all with YouTube talk, but there's a lot that goes into being successful on YouTube to any degree. So, and there's no magic wand to wave. There's no pixie dust to get you there. It's got to be a lot of hard work and patience, and just continuing to spread the love. So, those of you that enjoy the show and enjoy living in Diz, make sure to share it with your friends, and make sure that that you're sharing out the show, the channel, hitting the like button. All the stuff that we talk about all the time really does help the channel.
It really does. If anyone has the capability of doing that, whenever you log on to watch any kind of night, certainly if you have the capability that you know how to share a stream, share it out on your Facebook, your socials, and all that. We know you love the community, and I'm sure you want to see it grow too. So pull more people in. Let's see what we can do with that. USC Greg says maybe the algorithm is changing. It's what I'm gathering now, and Lawrence can agree with me to a degree or disagree if I'm off. But what I'm learning is, what I've taken in is that it's really about the person more than the algorithm at this point, right? It's pushing content towards what people like to watch. So if you love watching Disney, it's going to push us and others to you. So it really comes down to, it's a battle between how good your title and your thumbnail is.
Yeah.
So it's catching the eye of the viewer at this point.
So a lot of the YouTube mentors will tell you, take the word algorithm out of your dictionary and replace it with audience. That's the key. And so, when you think about the people that have a real passion for this, it makes a big difference. So that's what we'll continue to do. And Theo may have the answer why Saturday was so big.
I know. I almost feel like I thought of that the other day. Maybe it was Theo. Absolutely. And Alicia always shares the stream, and that is awesome. We appreciate that for sure.
Yeah,
Alyssa Stenberg shared. Every little bit counts, So we appreciate that. So we can't run on TikTok because we actually need to build to 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I don't know what you're at, but I'm nowhere near there.
Yeah, we're nowhere near there either. It's one of those platforms I tend to forget, but maybe, I need to be more conscious of, if we put out a short, we've got to put those out on TikTok as well. It's really low. Like, we have 292 followers at Living in Diz. So it's something I don't really pay much attention to. But I would love to live stream from there as well, for sure.
Yeah.
So USC Greg says, so your audience is changing. Well, it's funny with audience because we started to put out cruise vlogs. And I think we pulled in we've seen comments and things from people we've never seen before. So definitely people that are into cruising.
That's right.
And so we can't do as much of that as we'd like to. But whenever we do it, we will put it out there. You could do shorts and pod snippets. Yes. We got to do more of that. Lawrence and I might have to have a content meeting and see how many of those we can put in. So we'll have to do that, and I think we should hammer the DIZPod with some shorts too, and see if that gains some steam. And I guess over on TikTok too, do that there too. We'll spread the word more. So I'll let you take over the show with the subject points, and then we can go back and forth on that. One thing that I'll say, I got a couple things on my desk here. Might as well hit them quick. So I got these wonderful things in the mail. So we do have, you can mail us. We do have a P.O. box down below in the description. We love getting things. And look, this is something that's near and dear to my heart. I have Park World Radio stickers. There's that version. There's this version.
Wow.
And that's it. I have a pair. So got those, and you get this wonderful card. And I believe if you support the station, you may get some of those. So, and this says, Park World Radio, thank you for supporting the station, Jonathan and Kim. And I don't think they're in the live chat right now. And Steve Bullock got his yesterday. So go to their Patreon, and you'll get some wonderful stickers and that. So I may have to think about that. That's a nice gesture. I might have to add that to maybe a membership level or something. Where you
Corey.
Yeah.
Over on the vertical, Kate O'Connor says, "Hi, everybody. I'm back."
Oh, Kate O'Connor. We love you. Then welcome. Welcome back.
Great to see you.
You know, we really care about our community, and I can't say we haven't talked about you recently. Hoping you were okay, for sure. So amazed is to see you, and maybe we'll see you on the next Zoom call. That would be great.
Yeah.
I hope you're doing well. Mr. Mystic is in the chat, and we are family. That's for sure. That is for sure, my friend. Started a new channel at the DIZPod, so trying to grow there. So make sure everyone subscribes to that, and I'll be hammering that in the live streams. I have to remember moderators if you think I haven't mentioned it enough. And like the question is, what is enough? I don't know. Maybe every 30 minutes, something like that would be good. 30, 40 minutes. Put it in and say, hey, let's grow that channel. The last thing I'll show before we deep dive into the show is, so we got to spend some time with Mr. Leo Epcot Fan 21 a little while ago, and no one's ever done this, and it made me think. I said to Tammy, how many pictures have we taken over the years with guests that are thrilled to take photos with us, and then they just walk away with their cell phones, and we never get to see those pictures again, which is okay. But Leo sent this card, and it's a wonderful card. It's from Festival of the Arts 2022. And he didn't write in it, so I don't know if he forgot, or he just wanted to protect the pictures, which is totally fine. He did write a note on the other card. So, but he sent this. We took this after we were live, and it's a wonderful photo in front of the fountain, in front of Spaceship Earth. I don't want the glare to get it, so. But isn't that cool? So that's something that will be near and dear to us. And he sent this one as well, because this was the Monday night, and we spent it with our Disney World fix and Leo. Another great photo, me peeking in there. So we love that. So I said to Tammy, that'd be great if everybody sent us a photo.
Right.
Hey, send that to us, and we could just put it into a collection.
Yeah.
David and SC is here. There's the link for the DIZPod. What's up, sis? Jennifer and Ellen and I have this thing, sis and bro, that kind of started at some point. So we're gonna ride that into the sunset for sure. So I'm sitting for the DIZPod, and my shirt. I feel like
There you
I'm not
go.
focused now.
Perfect.
My shirt is Baymax, and I love it.
Oh.
It came from Box Lunch. There's even there's some of the Baymaxes is holding his hands to make a heart, which is pretty cool. And I don't know if this is San Francisco. Of course, it's San Francisco. I don't know if it's from Disneyland or just San Francisco. I can't say it now. San Francisco. I can't say it. San Francisco.
Got it.
So, yeah. So love the shirt, and I want to thank Steve and Tony for that. So
Very cool.
I had to wear it today. So I love the shirt. It's fantastic.
And is that wooden buttons?
Yes, you can tell.
Yeah. I mean, she's in the other room. I better know the difference.
Right. I mean, you could throw me up by myself.
Uh-huh.
And get a closer look. See? Look at that. Wooden buttons. So love it. Love it. Yeah. And Neil says I'm very photogenic. Especially when I shave. I shaved today. So that helps too. Yeah. And I'm sitting down. I just felt like sitting. Give my low back a rest. I don't ever have back pain. I get back tightness. I don't know if you hear the rain. You probably won't, but it's downpouring right now.
Oh, wow.
As Neil would say, it's a deluge. Hey, Mom. My mom is here as well.
Oh.
So, we used to share pics when we had a game night. We'd email them to Corey. Yes. So I suppose we could do something where if a guest takes a photo of us, I can ask them to send it to us. And if they do, we'll feature it on the DIZPod. Why not?
Yeah.
I can even say that. You want to take a picture for the DIZPod? So it's pouring in Ohio as well. OHIO. All right. So what's the first item up for bids?
So, actually, I'm gonna do a little show and tell real quickly. So, we had a staff meeting that I had to. So after I came home from New York on Monday morning, I had to drive 2 hours to Wilmington, North Carolina for a staff meeting. After having, I won't say driven because Catherine did most of the driving that night. But it was not a comfortable ride in the rental car that we had. So I got home, drove 2 hours to go to a meeting. And it's a staff meeting and they give out awards based on our core values. And I actually won an award. And it's the Work Smart, Play Hard Award. And the reason that I won it is because a lot of the stuff that I put in place at work. But the play hard part was they said because I play so hard when I'm at Disney. So I had to show that off.
Hey, it's like I always say, I do work hard and I do play hard. Both of us do that. We work hard, play hard. So I certainly do. And I rest hard. I rest hard too, because Sundays, I don't do much at all. I mean, I might sit here and work on things. Physically, I do not work hard. I might find myself at the movies.
Mm-hmm.
But just relax, because Monday through Saturdays is very, very busy. Courtney says, congratulations, Lawrence. That is great.
Thank you. They did also mention my region president mentioned that I send emails at 2:30 in the morning. She's not wrong.
Well, I mean, I can reach you anytime, and I get a quick response.
Yeah.
I can reach you faster at 2 a.m., or you'll get back to me faster at 2 a.m. than Tammy will at 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Yeah, but when you love what you do, whether it's the show or the channel or work or the family, just put as much of it into it as you can. And those of you that have traveled, I know Sharon was delayed getting home. My brother was stuck in Vegas. My youngest brother was stuck in Vegas for 2 days. He was supposed to leave on Sunday morning. He didn't get a flight out until Tuesday night. Just got home this morning.
The whole Microsoft thing.
Yep. So that was pretty crazy, but hopefully that's all behind us now. So we were supposed to have Next Stage Preservation on, but they had to reschedule. So they're going to reschedule and come on and join us and talk about the Uptown Theater and Marceline at another time. So we figured we would shift because we've got a good amount of news to talk about since today was the first day of the new Multipass. I should have brought in a clip of Fifth Element to play that because every time I hear the word Multipass, I think of that.
Right.
So anyway, yeah, we're going to talk about that. But I did also find a couple other things that I wanted to bring up in for all of you. So the first one was the Disney Destiny, the newest ship to join the Disney Cruise Line fleet. So it says this ship is a tribute to the dynamic duality at the core of beloved stories from Disney, Pixar, and Marvel. And they're going to have a 3-day reveal starting July 30th. So was that next Tuesday? They'll do that. And they did that with the last ship, if I remember correctly. So looking forward to seeing what that has in store.
Sounds about right.
Funny enough, the next day, wow, that works out perfectly because the next day we're going to have Dr. Disney on and they can talk to us about Disney cruising. And in fact, I believe they are currently on a cruise right now. So,
wow.
He's doing a Royal Caribbean, if I remember correctly.
How often do they cruise?
I don't know. We'll have to ask him.
So USC Greg says ship doesn't come out till 2026, right?
Yeah, I think it's got a while to go.
Hello, John M. Welcome to the live podcast. Jen W's here as well. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see. We can compare that to what the Fantasy maybe was the one. What is the Fantasy? The current new one, the newest one on the water.
So.
Maybe
Someone
Jack can help
inside
us out if
the
you're not sure.
Yeah.
So, we'll see how it compares, right? I don't know if it'll be the same class ship. Will there be some new things on it? I mean, I believe every ship should come up with something unique of its own. So it'll be interesting. Maybe we'll have to compare.
Yeah.
The recent couple of ships compared to this new one that's coming out.
Yeah, I think Dr. Disney is currently on a Royal Caribbean, but they do a bunch of the different cruise lines. So we'll see what they have to say about that. Then the other thing that they recently talked about was some of the D23 merch. As we know, D23 is a couple weeks away. I know here at the show we are very excited about that because we kind of think we know what some of the announcements are going to be. So we actually have two shows planned for that, one right before it and then one right after it. So we're going to kind of do a what do you think some of the announcements are going to be, and then the episode after that will be how wrong were we.
Yeah, and maybe we should involve the live audience maybe in some polls. What do you think? You think that would be easy to do as far as what they think may happen?
Right.
Too.
Yeah, I think we don't have all the answers. Obviously, I mean it's all just guessing, and maybe wishing for sure. But yeah, I think that'll be a little fun. And I know that we should have one guest for the episode before D23. I'm sorry, I was just reading Eric's comment. They want a Disney ship with a roller coaster. Or the first ship with a dark ride. I do kind of like the, I guess it was the last one that came out that has the water slide, but you kind of inside there's kind of a storyline before you go out into the actual water slide. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's Mickey.
Yeah.
Mickey shorts, Mickey.
Yeah. So they did announce some of the merch, so you can take a look at some of that. That looks like a bigger backpack there.
It does. That's definitely taller than your standard Loungefly for sure. It might even be a little bit taller than the canvas Loungeflies that I like, that are more rectangular shaped.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I would call it smaller than a backpack, standard backpack as well.
And I'm assuming that crossbody is the studios,
I think it's the studio.
right? That makes sense. I mean, if this is all Disneyland based, so
Yeah, I think it's the studio, and it's located on the backpack as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And let's see, there's the other version of the backpack that they'll have there. Sorcerer Mickey, and looks like a lot of the other characters are encircling him.
Are those pins on the inside?
I can't tell. I would assume they're not, but they're meant to look like pins.
Okay.
That's what I would guess.
Oh, by the way, everyone in chat, can you hear us all in stereo fine? Just want to make sure we get a stereo check. Are we in stereo? And USC Greg says, wish, treasure, destiny. So
Okay.
I think I said that right. I think I said treasure. I thought Wish was much older, but I guess not. Same class ship, so you're going to get a lot of the same, but there should be some twists because I am a cruise expert now. Wink, wink.
All it took was a 4-day cruise. He's an expert now.
I love it. I don't know if you all heard that. He said he goes on a 4-day cruise. He's an expert now. But all the work behiund the scenes prior to, I put hours and hours and hours and hours in. No. So definitely not an expert, but boy, I know quite a bit now. I definitely know quite a bit. But always looking to learn. So been starting to watch a lot of video on the new I just went why did I go blank on it? The brand new Royal Caribbean boat ship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going blank. But that one, we watched the whole hour of the complete tour of it last night. It's pretty amazing. Trying to get on that thing for the summer. Now we have a new dilemma. Tammy doesn't want to go on it without Jacob, which my idea was, while he's in Japan, let's go on the cruise.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, I'm going to miss him. So I might say, sorry, bud, you're not going to be home next summer. You're not going to be home much. Because we might make him. Yes, the Utopia. Thank you, Greg. I just had a brain block. The Utopia. So I'm trying to make my bid to get on that thing. Maybe that's when Lawrence comes.
Melissa, over on the vertical, are you getting an echo from both of us or just one of us? Let me know. Okay, so what else do we have? So we have a Spirit jersey, of course. Walt Disney Studios on the back of it. That'd be kind of cool. Now, I think this is the same as what she was wearing here. So, feels a little plain to me on the front with just the Disneyland logo on the front, but on the back, I like it. Then you have these. I won't call them sweats. I guess they're long sleeve tees that are kind of like comics. There's another look at them. So that's different. I'm not hearing Corey. Is everybody hearing Corey?
All right, should be good now.
Okay. Catherine says she loves that one. Which one? The Spirit jersey? Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see it. I mean, I don't think we're gonna get them anyway. Well, maybe. Well, you can get them on. I was gonna say Shop Disney, DisneyStore.com, which is where I pulled those pictures from. Oh, the Disneyland logo on the denim look. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I think about Spirit jerseys, and I think they should have like a lot. But
A lot going on, huh?
yeah,
I mean, we already have a handful or a handful and a half of Spirit jerseys. Now and then we come across one we really love, like that new Epcot one that's over there in Creations. But I can't do it. We live in Florida. You can only have so many Spirit jerseys because you don't get to wear them much. I don't even know if I wore one last year.
yeah.
So,
I couldn't. Well, I guess the very heart of winter. Like I know when we were there for Christmas, it was in the high 30s. So yeah.
mhm.
Um,
It's great to see you, Kate.
it is.
Welcome back. She says, just want to say that I missed you all so much, and it's such a pleasure to be back with all of you again.
So of course, the big news today was first day of Multipass and Single Pass, the new Lightning Lane. So Genie Plus is no more. He has vanished back into his. Oh my goodness!
I was going to say into his bottle, but that's Christina Aguilera. Into his lamp.
Wow, you said Christina Aguilera. I would have went with. I would have went old
Genie
school. Yeah.
Genie in a bottle, man.
Oh man, I must not have had enough brain food today. Thank you. So anyway, yes, back into his lamp. Thank you. So yeah, so we have Multipass now, and so I thought that we would kind of go through it, especially because as I'm on Facebook today, it's been just absolutely crazy with people saying it's not working or this is happening or that. I dream a genie. Thank you. See, that's where I was going. Uh, I must be older than you, Corey. So, Barbara Eden. Yep. So we're all showing our age. So there were a lot of misconceptions and just a lot of people not understanding it. So I think, yes, USC grade, multipass. So I figured we would bring that up. And we're actually going to do something we've never done this before. So we're gonna share my screen. Yeah, see, my favorite. In case anybody wonders, Kermit is my favorite character. So when you open up your app, right, you would go to Lightning Lane, and you're going to see two options: Multipass and Single Pass. So Single Pass is the old individual Lightning Lane that would be for Tron, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Guardians, and Rise of the Resistance over in Hollywood Studios. So if you wanted to do one of those, you could. Now, the cool thing is now with single and multipass, you can now choose your days out. That's the biggest thing. It goes kind of back to the old fast pass system where you could pre-select some of your rides. So we're gonna play like we were going to the park tomorrow, and we wanted to go to Rise early in the morning. Oh, it's sold out for tomorrow. See? So you'll see that that minus button next to the Lightning Lane single pass for Rise. So it's sold out for tomorrow already. All right, so let's get out of that. Let's go to the we can go a couple days out. That's the other thing is that since we are not staying on property, right? You can only go out about 3 days. So let's see if there's what's available for the next day. Oh, Avatar. That's right. Avatar is the other single. Okay, so You can do Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. You can see it's $22. You would select it. Who's going? We'll say Corey's going with me. All right. So then it's making you, it's $44. Now here you can choose your time. So you can see what times are available, 8:40 to 9:40, and then 9:15 and 9:20. So I guess the park is open till 9:30 that night. So that's what's available. So this is selling out pretty quickly, even for that day, as you can see, because currently those are the only times that are available. But you can, save your time, and now you would just go on and make the purchase. But now you'll know you have that booked for Friday night. And it's my understanding that even after it's booked, you can go back in and modify your time. Right. Yeah, and that was with Genie Plus too, that the times would other times would become available during the day. So even if it's 10 o'clock in the morning and you look and there's only 8 and 9 o'clock, you can always go back and refresh and find other times. Um, well, let's bring that back up. So yes, Catherine did note that it does tell you what time the park closes right there, which is pretty cool too. So let's say that we wanted to do Thursday at Magic. So you'd go in, you'd pick Magic. So there you can also see it's going to be $29. Now it allows you to choose 3 experiences. So here's another issue that people were coming up with. They thought that you were only getting 3 the whole day. That's not true. So you choose it. Let's hit continue. I'll take Corey again this time. Why not? So here you're going to be able to choose one of your 3 pre-selects from this group. So this is your top tier rides, as they're calling them. So that's Big Thunder, Jungle Cruise, Peter Pan, Space Mountain, and Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So Peter Pan is not available because it's closed for refurb, and Tiana's is probably already sold out for tomorrow. That does not surprise me. But you would be able to then pick, let's just say, Big Thunder. Then you can pick 2 from this remaining group. Now, if this is Corey going, I know we're going to do Haunted and Pirates, I'm assuming, from this group. Mhm. And Corey, before you say it, you cannot pick Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin twice. Can't do it. Not allowed. Sorry. Mhm. Yes. I saw Pirates at 20 minutes today, in the middle of the afternoon. So, yeah. So let's say we did Winnie the Pooh and Haunted on those. So now all 3 are picked of your pre-selects. Now, the cool thing is once you go in and ride one of these, you can then go back in and pick something else. So you can always carry 3. So you can't stack like I used to love stacking and get like 5 or 6 from like 4 to say 9 o'clock. And you're just ride focused during those times. But so you can't do that as much. But I'm okay with that because you get the pre selects, which really gives you a head start on your day. So here you can see these are the kind of pre-selected times that they've given you. So 2:20 for Big Thunder, 3:35 for Winnie the Pooh, and Haunted at 6:30. But again, you can go in and modify each of those times. And you'll see with the second tier, there's a lot of options there. So 3:40, a couple times in the 4 o'clock hour, 5 o'clock hour, 7, 8, and 9. So you have some good times available. And think about it. Today was the first day that it came out, and I'm choosing for tomorrow. And I know a lot of people have already bought it for tomorrow, especially those that are staying on property. So there's still a good amount available. You can modify your time, and then it shows up right there. And there's where Catherine was talking about. It shows you that the park closes right then at 10 o'clock. So you don't even have to go in and look in another screen to see what time the park closes. It's all right there for you. So I think it's pretty good. Now I didn't use FastPass. I kind of missed that part of Disney. So those of you in chat that did use FastPass, does this seem similar to what you had back then, but on the app rather than on the website? You guys tell me. Mhm. Okay. No, this one. Yep. So I'm going to say this, um, and I'm sure there's people that will disagree with me, but I think that one thing about this, why they kind of went to this, and you could call it class warfare or something like that if you really wanted to, but I think that was the idea was if all of this was included, it wouldn't be for free. If they were going to do multipass right now for free, that means that your park tickets would have risen way more than they did. That's my theory, right? So what they're doing is creating two sets of people, right? Those that don't want to use it and those that do. I mean, you can get away with going to the parks. We did it for 4th of July. We were there for 4th of July, and I didn't get Genie Plus, and I was able to navigate the park pretty well. So I think that you're probably better off this way because you don't have to pay for it. Because if they included it, I think we'd all be paying for it in the price of the tickets and the annual pass. There's something else that I wanted to mention. So this now allows you to do pre-selects. The last thing that allowed you to do pre-selects, which was DAS, no longer allows you to do pre-selects. And before you had DAS pre-selects, you had FastPass, which had pre-selects. I bet it's the same system. They've just moved it from what it does to the other because the reservation system has also changed. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Right. Same thing like the reservation system. The reservation system allows you to modify your reservation, your park reservation, and it used to not. And so you would run the risk of losing it in trying to flip it from Magic to Epcot or what have you. So, yeah, it's yep, yep. So, sorry, I'm just going through starring a couple of the comments or questions here so that I can bring them up. So that goes in line with what Theo says. They need a real system like Universal. So I'm actually going to do a small segment on a future episode comparing a lot of these systems. We'll use the Multipass that Disney has. We'll use the I don't remember what Universal's is. Um, I know it is expensive. Express, yes. And then Six Flags and Cedar Point or whatever the company is called now. They have their own, so we'll compare those and kind of see. I think that'll be fun to see because I also found one of them has um, a season pass similar to the highest tier on at Universal, where the Express is included. So it's similar to that, but there are a lot of um, nuances about some of those, right? Like if you book at one of the high tier resorts in Universal, then you get the express included, whereas Disney doesn't do that. Maybe if they did that, that'd be a little bit different. I don't know. So that'll be kind of interesting. Um, so David says if you're like us and only come once every 2 years, you almost have to do the passes to maximize your time. That's we talk about that a lot, especially in this house, to talk about, as annual pass holders, we have really slowed down the way we attack the parks because we know we're going to be there 2 months from now. So we don't have to hit every single big ride. Trying to think of ones that we didn't go on Space Mountain this time, and we didn't go on Guardians. But we were there on 4th of July, so there was a lot of other stuff going on. So we know we'll get to it next time we go, which is um so let's see. Dave V. Crockett. I don't know if I've seen that name before. Can you select one you already rode that day? That I don't know. I have to find out because the Genie Plus, that's how it was. And I, if you think about a child that is just in love with a certain ride, let's just say it's Peter Pan, and they want to do it 3 times that day, they can't. I mean, they could, but you'd have to be, you would do it once using the multipass and then twice doing standby. You could, yeah, it was only one. Yeah. Immersed in Love wants to know, can you book Tiki Room? uh, you just stay in there all day. It's okay. We did Tiki Room actually this last trip. We enjoyed that. Um, yes, I, yeah, I think so. Absolutely. David Nessie wants to know, can you schedule rides during the morning times? Yes. However, I think that people are still booking those first, which is why the 2 days that I picked, you saw the later times, only the later times available. So again, with this one, you can book up to 3 days out if you're staying off property or don't have a um, hotel or resort reservation. And if you're staying on property, you can book 7 days out. So that kind of takes away Theo's worry about them selling out months in advance. They will sell out. They could sell out 7 days in advance, but not you're not picking your ride 60 days out anymore like Fast Pass. Um, yeah, exactly. So let's see. I can bring that back up. Hmm. Hmm. Mm, yep. Hmm. Right. I won't disagree with you there. Yeah. So so when I brought this, yeah. So you want to play Sim theme park? Is that what you're saying? Okay. Um, so yeah, let me bring that back up. So we did see, like, I went out. So it's only giving you the calendar 7 days out, right? Till July 31st, because you can only book 7 days out. Yeah, because you can only book 7 days out. So when I select it, it's going to tell me that I'm not eligible because uh, I'm a pass holder, but I can't book until 3 days out because I don't have a hotel room reserved. I think we look to, let's see. So let's go 3 days. It allows me 7. Mhm. Sorry. Oh, Tiana's available. Okay. All right. So Tiana's is available. Let's look at. I'm gonna book two just so I can see what kind of times are available for her that day. Well, look, it defaulted to 9:20. So it's not giving any additional times. Yeah. But again, you might pick that because obviously Tiana's is a, is top tier. So you might pick that and then try and modify it the next day. And then you want to know about Rise. So Rise is going to be in the single pass. Correct. That's right. And if it works the same way as dining, then it would be that way. So you can book out um, from your last day and work backwards. So yeah, Rise is not available that day. I haven't heard much about it. I, I definitely do not recommend single rider on Rise if it's your first time because you miss half the pre-show. Um, yeah. Yeah. If anybody has gone since it came back, um, has single rider worked? Because when we went in July, it was not working. And there were four of us that were going to ride, and we were like, hey, let's just do single rider. We'll just split up. It's fine. And single rider was down when we went. It was down when you went. So yeah, if anybody has been there since then, let us know if it's been up. They said 10 to 20 minutes for a single rider. I would I would take that for sure for Rise. And again, I've done it a number of times. We have it on stream, so I would be okay skipping from that point, but, if I was with somebody and it was their first time, I would not. I would I would wait until the end of the night and go right before park closes. Mhm. Mhm. Yep. Yeah, that was really what I had for, Multipass. I almost called it Lightning Lane, which I guess it still is because that's where you enter. Um, but I looked today at standby times in Magic in the middle of the day, and there were only 4 rides, I think, that were over 45 minutes, and they were, obviously the big ones. Um, so Haunted, I think at that point that I looked was 55. Um, Space was 45. Seven Dwarfs was 85, and then something else was 45, but everything else was 15 to 20 and a couple 30-minute rides. So I don't think that this is hurting the wait times too much. Even like I said, when I was there, 4th of July, we got quite a bit done on the third and fourth, and didn't think I would. So yeah, I think it's a good option for folks that want that experience. Otherwise, don't. And then you're waiting in line, but it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes. As long as you know how to work the park right, just hang out with Corey and I. We'll help you. Yeah. Mhm. Mm, okay. Mhm. And that was right. Mhm. Right. True. I They do it at Universal with, Hagrid's or, not Hagrid's, the motorbike. Um, and they close, yeah, and so if the park closes at 9, they'll close that line at, say, 8. Um, and that's whether they have a party or an after hours event or not. They always close that one earlier because the line is so long. Yeah. No. Yes. Yeah. I think this was a weird week for me. Not being in chat on both Saturday, well, uh chat and not running the vertical on Saturday and Monday, so it felt like I was out of place. Plus I was in New York, so I was out of place. Out of home. It was it was out of place but home. I got some Carvel ice cream, got a flying saucer. How many of you have had a flying saucer? I th I think that's really the only. Man, we didn't get any pizza. I did get some White Castle while I was up there, but that was about it. That was about it. Mhm. Wow. Hmm. And that was picked up by Bombay. Oh, very cool. Uh, Palm Bay wants to know, is Fort Wilderness Campground part of the late hour access to the park? That's right. But the cabins would be, because it's DVC. Yep. Yep. And they do that by scanning. They'll scan your ticket or your Magic Band, uh, and that's how they know, that you have access to the rides. Did she say how long she's gonna be there? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sounds like a plan to me. Yes, I see why. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. So next week, we're going to the doctor. Doctor Disney, though. Actually, he's making a house call. He's coming to the show, so we don't have to go there. Is he gonna charge us extra? Yes, but he is excited. I mean, so he is he's company is a travel agency, and Dr. Disney has been around for a long time, delivering park news and company news. Um, One thing, and obviously we'll talk about it next week, but one thing that I love about Dr. Disney and what they do is that they are delivering the news. It is not opinion, it is not. So he didn't, they posted obviously about multipass and single pass today, and they just gave you the facts. Just the facts, ma'am. Just gave you the facts. There wasn't, a bunch of hoopla around it. There wasn't, it's already sold out or there's already issues with it. No, it's just here's what it is so that that's one place to go get your news. So I'm excited to have them on and we'll talk about that. And he pretty much is an open book. So maybe we'll do a little love like leave, put him on the spot. We'll see. Yeah. Oh yeah. So let me also, since we did start talking about the new channel, if you have not subscribed, please go over and subscribe so we can build that up so that we can eventually make the move over there on its own and get that channel rolling as it is. With that also comes a new email address. So it is askdizpod@gmail.com is the new email address. So feel free to shoot us an email, ask us questions. We'll certainly answer them on the show when we can. You look hungry. Yeah, yeah. So, always. I had lunch, so I'm good to go. No, no. What night was it? Um, I can't remember. Was it? I don't know, remember what night it was, but Neil was still hanging out after fireworks. I was like, "Oh, Neil, this is a late night for Neil." I don't. Neil will have to tell us what night it was. I can't remember. What's that? Mm, yeah, yes. It sure did. Neil said, "Check your text." Uh, okay. Wow. I love how people aren't crowding around her, they're giving her, space. Wow. Mhm. That's awesome. Mhm. Yeah, the quicker we grow that, the quicker we'll have, the ability to create memberships and people can, support the channel that way and have their name in green and, we'll come up with special emojis, I'm sure. Corey, you'll have a whole new set of emojis you can make. New set. Ah, see, there you go. There you go. Button down shirt, I thought about that earlier, yeah. Yeah. So, mm, I'd go for some of those fries. We'll see you then.
Looking for a home that offers the perfect blend of luxury, comfort, and convenience with Disney World in your backyard? Victor Naraki is a licensed realtor with Vision Home Real Estate LLC. He is here to help you find the home of your dreams. With over 13 years of experience in the vacation home market and a proven track record of success, Victor is the perfect partner to guide you through every step of the home buying process. So why wait? Visit DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com today to learn more about Victor's exclusive range of properties and schedule a viewing with him today. Your dream home is just a click away. If you're
living over any allowed to come out of hiding.